Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Kiara Hernandez, and on my channel we talk about anything mental health related or anything that I feel is important to talk about. I'm not at all a mental health professional, but I always hope that my experiences will help guide you and fill you with light. If you haven't done so already, please check out my other videos and like, share, and subscribe if any of them resonate with you. So I want to dive right in. Today's topic actually came across something that made me realize, like, shit, I've been wanting to do this topic for a while now. So it was about taking things personal, all right? And if there's anyone in the world who takes things personal, it's me. Me. I am the queen of that. I hate it because there are times I know I shouldn't take things personal and I still do, and I'm working on it, but fuck, it's hard. It's hard. So for me, I feel like I take things personal because there are times that I do lack self-confidence, and I do, I'm honestly, sometimes I am really mean to myself, and I'm not the nicest person to myself, and I always find flaws where I'm like, I should have done that. I should have done this. Maybe if I didn't do that, things would have been different. I'm literally always criticizing myself, and I have to put myself in check, because sometimes I'm like, yeah, you would never talk to a friend like that. Stop. So for me, it's like, I've talked to my therapist actually about this, because there are times I will go to my therapist, God bless that woman, because the shit that she deals with. I'll be like, so I got a message, and I'm like, and I read her the text message, and I'm like, so I think that this is what they meant. This is what's running through their head right now. This is what they're feeling about me. And, I know that this is what's going on. She's like, like, it's confirmed. Like, did you talk to them? I'm like, no, I didn't talk to them, but I know, okay? I know that's how they feel about me. Like, I know I did something wrong. And she's like, okay, let's take a step back, because I will literally create a whole story for it to make sense, all not based on talking up to the other person, but based on my own experiences and my own emotions, and it just turns into a whole mess. Okay, long story short. So she always has to remind me that, she's like, listen, Kiara, you need to know your worth, and you need to know when to take your power back. And when she said that, knowing when to take your power back, it really made sense, because a lot of times I am the kind of person who gives power to others, and so much power where they're taking a toll on me emotionally, okay, and mentally. And I've had to learn that I can't take things personal all the time. Sometimes things have nothing to do with me, and I can't create this story and make it make sense. And a lot of times these stories, it's all about, like, what I could have done, how they feel about how I responded, what I could have done better. And a lot of times you're not even a part of that story. It's just a story you've made up in your head because of the insecurities, right? And I can't help, I find myself doing that, because I may seem confident, and there are days I am confident, I'm not gonna lie, but there are days where I'm not, because I'm human. I'm not confident all the time. And I've had to catch myself where I'm like, Kiara, why are you taking this so much to heart? What's going on? And a lot of things go back to my childhood, right? I feel like a lot of times we take things personal because there's still wounds that we need to heal from when we were a child. Because maybe you didn't have the affection you needed or the validation that you were seeking, right? And I lived in a toxic, growing up, I lived in a toxic environment where I was made to believe I wasn't enough. So I'm sorry, when a child is made to believe they're not enough, you can't help but that stays with you. And I always like find myself where I'm like, what did I do wrong? Did I do something wrong? Could I have done something better? Okay, and especially when it comes to like romantic relationships for me, I find it really difficult, especially if like, or if someone tells me, right, like, hey, I don't know, for example, which I've had this happen, they're like, hey, Kiara, you're a cool girl, you're sweet, you're beautiful, you're everything, but you know, I'm just not in the space to date anyone. Like, nothing wrong with you, like, you're great. And I'm like, am I though? Am I? Because right now you're not making it seem like I'm so great. There must be, and again, taking things personal, you know, there must be something wrong with me. What did I do wrong? Why am I not worth it to them? Why am I not, right? And it's all like the negative self-talk. When in reality, it probably, well, now that I've come far from that, I know it was not me. Like, yes, I am beautiful, I am smart, I know there's nothing wrong with me. Because we all have our demons. We all have our, you know, we're all dealing with our own things in our lives. I can't just assume because someone, you know, doesn't, I don't know, want to settle with me or doesn't want anything with me. I can't take that personal because they may have their own things going on in their life, right? Or like if a friend tells me, you know, like, I don't know, like they need space, or like, I'm sorry that they can't really talk to me because they're going through something or whatever, and I'm like automatically taking that personal, like, oh my god, do they not think I'm a good enough friend that they can talk to me, or they can, like, it's always something that it may have nothing to do with me. Like I said, we all have our own lives, but I somehow make it about me. And at some point you need to stop making things about yourself, because it's honestly just creating more damage for you. You know what I mean? Because those wounds that you need to heal, you're just reopening them for things that you don't need to reopen for, right? Because once you've come to the realization that you are worth it, that you are worthy of everything, those little things aren't going to affect you as much. And I've gotten to that place. I've gotten better. There's still a lot of work. There are still times though that I do take things personal, and I can't help but take it personal. But, you know, a lot of those issues, you have to, when you're feeling that, when you realize that you're making an issue, like making a situation about yourself just because you didn't receive the response you wanted, and don't ever feel like someone's response to a situation is a reflection of you. It's not. It literally sometimes has nothing to do with you. And I've learned that. But I've been in places where I've literally tried to connect the dots, and I'm like, okay, Kiara, if you had done this, this wouldn't have happened. And maybe if you had done better in this, this wouldn't have happened. But no. Okay? A lot of times, it has nothing to do with you. It really does not. So if you're ever feeling like you're taking something personal, take a step back. I'm not going to tell you don't hold yourself accountable, because there are times where we need to hold ourselves accountable when you need to, not always. Because I've held myself accountable when I haven't had to, when I've done nothing in the wrong, and that's not healthy either. Hold yourself accountable when you need to. But there are times where you're not accountable for anything. So if you're ever feeling like that, like you're taking something personal, take a step back, really assess the situation. And if you're realizing it's because someone pinched a certain nerve or triggered you in some kind of way, and that's why you're reacting that way, take it back home. A lot of times it's just inner wounds, that inner child that needs that love, that affection that it didn't receive at that time in your life. And I always think about it like that, that I need to tend to that inner child that didn't feel loved, that didn't feel enough. because you are more than enough. You are so enough. Okay, I can't even express how enough you are, honestly. And once you start to believe that, you'll notice that you'll start taking things a little less personal. All right, so sending nothing but love and light. Love you, warriors.